welcome back to another Rory pop-up. Yes, I am popping up because we have something to talk about. We have something to chit-chat about. We have something to kiki about, and Lord knows we got something to be messy about. That is the reason why I came on here, to be messy. Because I am on these internet streets and I see where Peggy and Kitty has been named to the Times 100 Philanthropy list. Yes, they have been named to the Time 100 list. And I know they have been hungry for this ever since Harry and Meghan really started to dominate Time 100. Y'all know, I think it was the first or second year Harry and Meghan showed up where they absolutely made the Times 100 most influential people list. Y'all remember that? And they did this whole spread about Harry and Meghan. I believe ever since that time, Kitty and Peggy has been jockeying to get on this list. And my whole thing is why? Why? Why does it mean so much to you to keep your nose over here in America, in America's business? And it has nothing to do with those folks across the pond, but yet and still, here they are showing up, trying to absolutely follow in Harry and Meghan's footsteps. William and Kate spend their whole life just reenacting things that Harry and Meghan has already done. I mean, it is so tired and worn out at this point. I mean, is it no embarrassment at all within these people? Because do they not know that anybody who has the ability to see with their two eyes can see right through what they're doing? And it's embarrassing. It is really, really pathetic for the future king and queen of the United Kingdom to be acting in this kind of a manner. One of just clear envy and jealous. And that's the only motivation that these two people have to ever be on a list like this. And I'm going to put this up. This was posted by Down with the Crown. And it says Time 100 Philanthropy. William plus Kate, modernizing royal philanthropy. And it has a disclosure. It says Times owner and co-chair Mark and Lynn Benoff have supported the Royal Foundation. And let me tell you, the squatties have gone in on this. Because when do you see someone making the Time 100, and it's different lists you can make of Time 100, that has an asterisk? Yes, they have an asterisk. They do. I mean, that tells me everything I need to know. And it pretty much told the squatties everything that they needed to know. That these people have done nothing to be on this list because they are basing it on the Royal Foundation. And what does the Royal Foundation have in its pocketbook? Well, it has Peggy's two vanity projects, the ones that he used to promote himself. That would be Earth Flop, and it would be the Homeless Project. I don't even know what the name of it is. I don't forgot. If you know, put it in the comments. But yes, and it has Kate's early childhood. Now, I'm looking at this Time 100's list for philanthropy, and I am really analyzing the word philanthropy. Isn't that when you actually do things to help other people? What has Peggy and Kitty done to help anybody? Just asking, because I know Earthflop, we cannot even put our finger on anybody who has been the winner of that. They have not been showcased. They have not been highlighted. They have not been called to the front. The only thing that we know about Earth Flop that it is a project of Williams, and he fully showcases himself every time it comes around for Earth Flop. I mean, he doesn't even want Kitty Cat there. He wants the full attention for himself. And I'm telling you, the attention that he gets is pretty scarce. I'm just saying, because he was down there in South Africa and he even spilled the beans about Kate not having cancer but having precancerous cells, and he still could not get enough attention for the world media to pay any attention. But yes, is this really philanthropy? I'm just asking because it just seems like the word philanthropy and the meaning just does not match anything that the Royal Foundation is doing. And let's not forget Kitty Cat's, her project, early childhood. What is she doing? What has she done? She came up with 5 questions after what, 10 years? And still have not done one thing to improve one child's life that they can absolutely showcase. I mean, it's ridiculous. Why are they on this list? I guess they was trying to tell us this co-owners, I mean the Times owner and the co-chairs, Mark and Lynn Benoff. I guess they were trying to tell us that, we're part of the Royal Foundation, so we had to do this. That's what the asterisk was all about. Because when you talk about philanthropy and associate that with will not and cannot, well, that's a laughable situation to say the least. Because these people have done nothing but projects to help showcase and promote themselves. I mean, Earthflop is clearly something to promote William because, like I said, where are the winners? Where are the projects that's supposed to be a part of Earthflop? Where are they being featured anywhere else? Where is he out promoting all of these inventions or whatever it is that he is promoting through Earthflop? Where are they? I mean, we see nothing of it. And then we know he works with the homeless. He goes over there to one of the soup kitchens and work an hour and call the press in to make sure that they are taking pictures of him. I mean, he has done it 2 Christmases in a row and have not showed up any time in between Christmas. Only shows up at Christmas for 1 hour and then calls the press in to make sure he makes the papers. This is not philanthropy, people. This is blatant self promotion. That is what the Royal Foundation is all about. It's just an instrument, something created to promote William and Kate in this light, and it's all smoke and mirrors. These two people could care less about the earth, as in earth flop, or the homeless. You don't wear what is $100,000 watch to sell magazines with a homeless person instead of doing something to change that homeless person's life. It's all self promotion. And you don't have meeting after meeting after meeting about early childhood with no results. Come up with 5 questions and maybe a few suggestions. Stop it. Stop it at this point because this is nothing but Peggy and Kitty trying to out Harry and Meghan. Harry and Meghan. They have been on this copy and paste BS ever since Harry and Meghan left. They have been trying to take on all the characteristics of the most popular couple, thinking that somehow Harry and Meghan's shine will transfer to them only if they just do what Harry and Meghan does. They don't understand you literally have to have the personality to pull it off, and they don't. But they keep trying and they stay on this BS, and it is so annoying at this point. And this whole philanthropy times 100, it happened like everything happens for those left behind. It was given to them, not earned. It's never earned. Harry is the only royal that has come out of that institution that literally has earned every accolade that he has. Unlike William, that has been given everything. And at this point, you can see he expects to be given these things. He doesn't want to work for anything. Him and Lazy Katie never ever works. It's jokes online right now saying they have done 2 engagements back to back. They're going to go on a month-long vacation. And you would think, okay, the people online, the squatties online are just absolutely exaggerating. But we know that they're not, because this is what these two people do all the time. They come out, they cosplay Harry and Meghan for a couple of days, and then they go on vacation. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up, and this is what times 100 philanthropy 2025, and it tells you about William and Kate, what they're doing, the earth flop. I think it talks about his homeless project and her early childhood development. And they're talking about the program could yield an additional 45.5 billion or $60 billion for the UK economy annually. And all of this is made up numbers, hopeful thinking that is contributed to Kitty Cat, because basically she hired people who knew what they were doing to do a study and say, if you do this, these are the results you will get. But we all know that it's nothing going to happen. Why? Because Kitty Cat is not going to put her clout behind it. She's not going to work tirelessly to do anything. Now, I have saw where she recently came out saying that she wanted family leave. And my whole thing is, didn't Megan do that 2 years back? It is always the cosplaying. When has Kitty Cat ever been concerned about anybody's maternity leave beside her own? It is just ridiculous to me. And I am so glad that Time Magazine put the asterisk there, to put the disclosure there, to pretty much say these people was given this. It was not earned, because at the end of the day, you can make up all kinds of mumbo jumbo saying that if you do this, this will happen. If you do that, this will happen. This is the language of a scammer, of a grifter, of a liar. But at the end of the day, where are the results? Where are the results? Just asking, where are the results when it comes to Earthlock? How many homes has he built for the homeless? How many people have been taken off of the streets from sleeping rough? How many? Since he been championing this homeless crusade of his. I'm just saying, where are the results? Because when you go to Harry and Meghan, it is result driven. You can just absolutely hit every mark when it comes to every project that they champion. It has a result of improving people's lives. Not so much for the Royal Foundation. I'm just saying. And I just want to say that the squatties are dragging Time 100s. They are dragging William and Kate about this farce because it is clearly something that was given and not earned. That why would the asterisk be there if it was earned? I didn't see an asterisk when it came to Harry and Meghan. Now I understand that they are on the Royal Foundation, but to me that makes it even worse. But we all know that these people have no threshold for embarrassment. They have no threshold for shame. William and Kate will accept anything, even when it's not earned, and will stand there and take the accolade. Let's not forget this is the same woman who stood in Wimbledon and took a whole standing ovation for not having cancer. Standing there with the glow of her tan that she had been out in the sun, just as tan and toasted as she could be, and wanted us to believe she was presently on chemotherapy. Yeah, so no surprises here. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up, and this is some of the responses from the squatties after receiving the news that somehow, and we know how, William and Kate has landed on Time 100's Philanthropy list. And the first squatty said, I would be so ashamed to be on this list, where the owners of the magazine implied or clarified that I am only named because they gave money to the organization. But anyway, we're talking about the BAFTA president who awarded a BAFTA to himself. Laugh out loud. Exactly. Because it's no threshold for shame here. It's no threshold for wanting to earn anything. Give it to me. All I want is the money shot. All I want to appear as if I am doing something and being awarded for what I am not doing. It is all show. They always try to come at Meg and talk about she's an actress, she's in show business. Well, let's not get it twisted. That monarchy is nothing but show business. It's all show and no business, to be honest, because they don't know how to handle their business. Because if they did, Harry and Meghan would still be over there. They would know what's valuable and what's not. And they would have knew that Harry and Meghan was the most valuable thing that they had going for them. But I digress. This is what these people are about. And so I agree with this squatty. This man received a BAFTA from himself. And let's not get confused. These are the same people who walk around with all those medals on their chest that they have given to themselves. So it's no shame there. But it is not going to stop us squatties from calling this nonsense out. I'm just saying. And the second squatty said this, I'm doing the mute challenge, but this is funny. Time said that family aren't the only people that reward themselves and their arse kissers. All I can say to this is, where's the lie? This squatty is not lying. You see it in real time, them walking around with all those medals to the point where they're so weighted down they can barely walk, especially Prince Edward. He has so many medals on him, he can barely walk. They reward themselves and the people who kiss their arse. Exactly. We have saw it with David Beckham. His lips are firmly planted on that family's arse, trying to get a knighthood. And he will get one. And so will his strange looking wife. She will get a Daneship. I guess that's the way you say it, a Daneship and a knighthood. Even if she doesn't get to become a Dane, she'll be Lady Victoria Beckham because of him being a knight. Yes, these people know how to play the game with this family who only awards themselves and the people who kisses their arse. So I would not be surprised to hear that Mark and Lynn Benoff will be receiving some kind of trinket from that family because William and Kate has been given this position on the Times 100. At least they had the dignity of putting an asterisk behind it. I'm just saying. And the next squatty said, to me, that disclosure meant that Wank, meaning William and Kate, have been put on the list as a donation to the Royal Foundation. Wow. Wow. I am not surprised by any of it because if it's a string to pull, these two people will pull that string, trying to outdo Harry and Meghan in this one sided imaginary competition with Harry and Meghan. It's really, really stupid and pathetic to say the least. And the last squatty did not have any words for them. Kate's eye bags. Y'all know I love that name because y'all know I'm messy. Yes, Kate's eye bags only put up Lizzo laughing and laughing and laughing as a meme because it is hilarious. These people, it is shameless. Their behavior is pathetic. And it's so demeaning to the nation, to a great nation like the United Kingdom, to have these two to be coming in to be their king and queen. They already have been so embarrassed by Charles putting his horse on the throne. And now these two who are going to turn the monarchy into Montecito because we all know that they're going to be in America way more than they're going to be in the United Kingdom because they cannot stand Harry and Meghan being over here and being successful, not even taking in consideration that Meghan is in her home country. This is her home, but they don't even want her or Harry to have that. This is what Harry and Meghan is dealing with. Don't get it twisted. This is what they're dealing with. And I'm going to put this up last because this is real philanthropy. Harry and Meghan really get out there and do the work. Not for the money shot, not for the recognition or the self-promotion. It is about helping people. You can look at their backgrounds. This is just not something that started in their 40s like it did for William and Kate. Harry and Meghan have been doing this since they were teens. Yes, Harry started center ballet at 19. Meghan was working in soup kitchens when she was 13, 14 years old. This is not performative for Harry and Meghan. They're not new to this. They are true to this. And so I wanted to post this about the latest from Harry and Meghan's philanthropy, at least Harry. And this squatty posted an article from the BBC, and it says Prince Harry gives significant sum to city charity. And the head of that charity said this: to have been supported by Prince Harry left us completely gobsmacked and hugely humble. And his name is Saeed Mohammed. Yes, he was so happy to receive the donation from Prince Harry. That is philanthropy. Yes, and also it's my understanding that Meghan had donated to this same charity anonymously, meaning that Her name wasn't put out there because of all the toxicity that was surrounding Meghan at the time. They didn't even, say that she had donated. But it's always have been about the results, about how you're changing people's lives for Harry and Meghan, not about the show poniness. And I made that word up, I did. But that is what I would say that William and Kate are. They're show ponies. And it is no substance to them whatsoever. Then the squatty went on to say, Prince Harry, not taxpayer funded, is now economically independent, a philanthropic activist and non-working royal. He supports charities in need in the UK. Patriotic. Exactly. Of all the things that have been done to Harry, he loves his country. He has never said anything any different. And it's so sad that he has been treated the way he has been treated by these people. I'm just saying. And I want to put this up last because this is how I feel. And I really think that the people of Great Britain really need to think about what's going on here. Now, do I think the majority of the people are against Harry and Meghan who fall for the okie doke that is coming out of those rags over there? No, I don't. Because if they have a panel discussion and if they open the phones, it is pretty much even or a little better that people are supporting Harry and Meghan. I saw it recently on this woman called Vanessa. I don't forgot her last name. She comes on after Jeremy Vine. And people were really, really saying that they're tired of the nonsense, that Meghan and Harry can't do anything right. And they kind of see through the BS. But I'm going to put this up. And the person who said this is so on point. It says, and when this little boy finally found happiness, what did we do? We tore his wife to pieces for fun, just as we did to his mother. Exactly. Where is the lie? I thought when these children lost their mother, that the nation came together and said they were going to look out for these boys. And in return, the newspapers, those rags over there, have done nothing but try to destroy Harry. And the British public, for the most part, has participated in this nonsense. I mean, have you forgotten the loss that this little boy had to suffer with? And wouldn't you wish happiness on him? It seems like it's a certain segment of the population over there who could care less that this little boy had suffered and become a man and has finally found happiness with someone he loves and has built the family he has always wanted and desired. And they do nothing but attack him. They do nothing but try to destroy him. They do nothing but side with that family when they know that that family is trying to smear and destroy Harry and his family. Not because they've done anything except say what they have done to them. That's it. That's all Harry and Meghan have done. That is the big crime. They told what their experience was within that family, the abuse that they suffered. And I see commentators on television talking about how they're airing the dirty laundry. Well, the laundry wouldn't be dirty if that family hadn't dirtied it up. Harry and Meghan is just showing what they have done. And if you want someone to speak well of you, treat them well. And this is the reason why. They're mad because they didn't treat Harry and Meghan well, and Harry and Meghan said that they didn't. This is the craziness that the country is suffering under. It is Stockholm Syndrome 101 for a majority of people over there, not understanding that they're siding with their oppressor. I'm just saying. But yeah, something to think about, that this little boy who finally grew up into a wonderful, wonderful man and found his happy ending, that it is certain elements of the population over across the pond hates him for it and calls him a traitor because he would not continue to suffer the abuse of that family. Crazy, just crazy. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all a little later. Bye.